Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. Alvarado, Shrenzi, WC, Ibalayan. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmedia.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. Okay. I saw a video last night, not last night, this morning, a little while ago. It seems like because they only posted a short clip, the people who recorded the video, they have not seen any longer version of it. It was Marjorie Taylor Greene's ex-husband harassing. They sounded like two young Muslim girls, well, of the Muslim faith. It seemed like they were born here because they had no accent. And it seemed like he was in a parking lot, and the two girls, they didn't sound, they sounded young to me, maybe 18, 20s, maybe early 20s. And he was harassing them for praying. And he was unhappy because they were wearing I don't know how they call the outfit, but with scarf and the long dress. And based on the camera turned it once or twice, they didn't look dirty. They looked their dress, it seemed like they were wearing long dress. They were not black. They were a different color, like a cream color. One of them had a red scarf. But, the religious Muslim attire, or I don't know, I guess every woman or wherever they practice Muslim, they wear those type of clothing. But the guy, according to what I hear, is a millionaire, and he's harassing young kid. And guess what he was driving? One of those Tesla trucks. And now he's on video harassing people, women of all people. He's harassing young women. Imagine that. You're a millionaire, you live in a nice house. According to what I hear, he owns a business. I'm not going to read the guy because some of you told me he owns a business. Or him and Marjorie Taylor Greene used to own a business, so he does well. He's driving a 150,000 plus car. That truck is not. I don't know why anybody would want to buy it, but some people do. There is no way. I wouldn't even pay. I don't even want that thing in my house. Never mind. And I have not. It has nothing to do with how I feel about Elon. The thing is just ugly. I wouldn't drive it. Doesn't matter. But anyway. I am waiting because I think there's going to be some blowback on this guy. I'm mentioning it for two reasons, because I don't think it's going to work out well for him. It may even be local prosecutor may go after him for harassment. We know the federal government, Bundy, is not going to go after him because under the Trump administration, the more you harass people you perceive as foreigners or the merrier. They may even give you a job in the Trump administration. But he will suffer a financial setback from that as well, because and people are going to start to put distance between themselves and him, because you don't want to be in the company of somebody like that, regardless of, Trump is in vogue right now among some people. I don't feel this is going to bode well for him. That's my prediction. And I know, last night, the feeling was good. That's possibly why I was picking up how the two Democrats would win. We know they're in the red states, and we know, I mentioned that. And what I'm waiting for right now, I want to see the voter suppression. I mentioned the voter suppression thing in Florida. We all know about it. I was talking to one of you, and I was talking about the voter suppression stuff as well. That's the report I want to see. How much they lost by, and because it still feels like to me the energy is with them. The thing is, there are two things here: voter suppression and fear. And that's another concern I have, like I shared with you yesterday. Some people are really, really, really afraid. I'm wondering how much of an effect those two things had on those two candidates. But no matter what, like I've always said, I can confuse time. Florida is going to turn blue. And I know DeSantis thinks that he's going to just move back and get his wife to become governor. I doubt that's going to work. And to whatever, I'm not seeing her. I'm trying to see if he's staying, because from what I understand, they have governors mentioned here. I'm seeing moving. I'm seeing trucks. So I doubt she's going to win. I think DeSantis is going to have to move. And know that I forget his name, that black guy who is congressman that Trump, I believe, is supporting for governor of Florida. He won't make it. So let's see what happens. The next reference is our economy and the tariff Trump, according to reports, he's imposing to the liberation something. No, this is a shackle. This has nothing to do with liberation. And Trump is going to have to remove those tariffs or massaging them to a point where they are meaningless. Because him and Elon, as I have said a number of times, they keep saying for Americans to tighten their belt. No, it's not going to happen. Because there are other ways to solve the fiscal problem that we are having. But Elon and Trump are into hurting others. But they go cry when you treat them the same way. As we know, Elon is crying because his businesses are hurting. He hasn't seen anything yet. This is only the beginning. He's going to go back. Like I said yesterday, I read it. He is leaving government. I heard it again this morning. I feel he will. There is no choice. And after what happened in Wisconsin last night, there are reports in the news that Republicans are very happy about the way they got. First of all, what happened in Florida. The margin between the winner and the losers, the gap has shrunk tremendously. And the way Elon personalized the Wisconsin election, spreading money, the rejection stings, and Republicans, according to report, are happy about it. Now, he was the heat shield for Trump, right? Because nothing Elon has been able to do, has done without the consent of Trump. It's because Trump agrees with his approach of hurting those workers and doing all that damage. Now that he was like a heat shield, watch Trump being held responsible for all those carnage. That's what's coming. And everything, it feels like to me, in the coming months, are going to pile up on him, and he's not going to know how to respond. First of all, he's surrounded by a bunch of incompetent, ignorant people. They're not going to be able to help him. The guy, Lutnick, I don't know how, I guess the color of his skin And the way he goes about licking people's boots, that's the only way I guess he was able to become president of some major financial firm in New York. But watch how Trump is going to sink, not only poll number wise, his poll numbers. And somebody sent me some poll numbers this morning. His favorability, his unfavorable rating dropped to 54. Not drop, rose to 54. His favorable is at 46. To me, it's still good, but it's heading in the right direction. And my prediction is what's low, high 20s, low 30s. That's what I'm waiting for. But Elon being gone, and Trump doesn't know what he's doing. In fact, there's a report that said, and I said this before, he was going to follow the Project 25 steps. According to report, that's what he's doing because he has no idea. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to be there. This is a shield to shield him from going to jail, to protect him from going to prison. All he wants to do right now is play golf and enjoy himself. So a lot is going to suffer, and that's when it's going to catch up with him. And also on top of the fact that he doesn't, okay, as I'm saying this, there is something, I mean, we know he was not very good at focusing on anything. And as I'm saying this, it seems like that has gotten worse. And also laziness. He doesn't want to put in the effort to do certain things. If it has any degree of difficulty, he doesn't want to deal with it. And that's going to cause some major problems in the White House and major issues for his regime as well. And I don't know how many of you heard Republicans in the Senate are already stepping out, 4 of them, I don't remember their names, because of the way Trump's tariffs are going to hurt their state. They are about to take some kind of action in the Senate to prevent those tariffs to take effect from Canada. I mean, whatever Trump is about to impose on Canada, they're going to try to counter it. Expect that disagreement to get worse. Trump and Senate Republicans. Trump right now, because of, you see, he's trying to pretend last night had no meaning. But people in the White House, like I've said before, are panicking now today more than ever before. And people in Congress are beginning to wonder how long they're going to be able to keep their seats. Their constituents are not happy with them. They're not holding town hall meetings. And they have to run in 26. It's a problem for them. We're in 2025, right? Yeah. I lost track at the time. Yeah. So all these people right now are wondering and looking for ways to counter Trump. Last night was really a wake-up call. So expect Trump to lose his mind or continue to lose his mind and his cool. Continue to act irrationally. He won't be able to blame anyone anymore. His lies are going to be more pronounced, and he's been lying about anything and everything. He's going to invent stuff out of whole cloth as we go forward, thinking that's going to help him. Watch how those things blow up in his face. But the way Trump wants to govern is by making things, like for example, he's gone after, I'm just giving an example, okay, those law firms. So that's one fertile ground, one thing that he can do to show to his base, I'm doing work, I am hurting the liberals, the libs. And he's going to continue or try to attack, like I mentioned, those poor immigrants that found themselves in El Salvador. He's going to continue doing these things, thinking that's going to help him. It's going to make things worse. And my prediction is those people in El Salvador, we will take them back. I don't know exactly when, but I don't feel they will all stay in El Salvador, and they're going to be telling stories. And let me tell you something. The reason why Trump does not want to bring these people back is because of the very story I've told you about how they treat these people, like they use, and Haiti was worse. I mean, torture is torture, regardless of where you are. But those places, I don't know I don't want to do remote viewing inside the prison where they have those immigrants that didn't do anything, those innocent people. The only crime they committed, they came to this country paperless. They could have sent them back to their country. But the thing is, regardless of where torture takes place, it's torture. But in Haiti, the prison didn't look as clean. The presentation of this place, I'm sure they did it for us, but it doesn't matter. They are hurting people and the way they treat people. And Haiti did the same thing. The only thing is they didn't have to make it clean or look clean. They throw you on a dirt floor. The walls are full of, you name it, from what I hear. Okay. All kinds of writings from people that were there who are gone. Okay, that's enough to terrify anybody. And all kinds of body fluids and everything else that you can imagine on the walls. Okay, so that's the environment. That's Haiti, but I wouldn't be surprised what we are being shown, where that Norm took a pornographic picture. To me, that's pornography. Okay, where she took her picture. This is, to me, it feels like the front. But what's taking behind the scenes is really horrendous. And intuitively, I feel we will find out. And that's one thing that's concerning to Trump. But the day will come. A lot of people are cheering. How Trump is treating other human beings. These people are not thinking this can happen to them. I mean, it almost happened to a couple of American citizens. There's a guy in Chicago I was reading last night. ICE had his paper. They took his wallet, his citizenship paper, his passport or something like that. He had some kind of document proving that he's an American citizen. They arrested him anyway. Okay. Now, if it can happen to that guy because he looks Hispanic, that's the problem. The next logical step is indiscriminately just pick up anybody and ship them over there. As we know, Trump said he was going to, that prison, he's going to send American citizens there too. And when I heard that, I would bet you it's going to be mostly African American, because that's what I was getting. Whenever I hear people, I'm not saying there won't be any white or anyone else, but I guarantee you the people they're going to be shipping to that prison in El Salvador, if the thing were to last, that's part of Stephen Miller's plan and Elon, because I see them meet and discuss policies they want to implement if they are able to meet their goals. I don't know, I'm sure some of you are more familiar with Project 2025 than I am. There is a step, I read briefly something, an article the main step in Project 2025 has not been implemented yet. It's yet to come. I don't know what it is. I'm sure some of you probably know. I was trying to figure it out. I couldn't. I mean, from the article, I'd have to go. I have a copy of Project 2025 here, but it would take me a long time to decipher it. But the point is, the people who are laughing today, thinking it's only going to happen to other people, I wouldn't laugh, because what Trump is doing, I'm sure the courts are stepping in, they're going to stop it. And at some point, I don't know how it's going to happen, but these people are going to be brought back here. But those who are laughing, it can happen to any of us. These are simply test runs Trump he's doing. The other thing is the economy, okay, the stock market. All those immigrants that Trump is trying to deport that are on the ground right now, among other things Trump is going to try to do, and to whatever I feel, somebody told me within the next 12 months, we will be in a recession. To be honest with you, I don't think it's going to take 12 months. I am not sure what's going to trigger it. But the combination of people not spending any money, fear, company laying off people, immigrants that usually come here to do the job that Americans can't do, or for whatever reason, okay, we are, and among other things, I'm not an expert, I'm not, and these things, these are the things that I read and the things I somewhat pick up intuitively. Okay, what I'm picking up intuitively is we are in for a major hit. That tariff stuff, Trump is going to have to tailor it to make it like, he has to leave it there, but to trick us into thinking that, he imposed tariffs. But he's going to make it toothless. It's not going to have any effect. And business is going to go back to the way we were before. But the main problem, it's too late already. And to believe it, that's what I feel. And I've told you before, unfortunately, the recession is coming at this point, and that's why I've been hoping some way by a miracle, but I don't think we're going to have a miracle. Trump would be removed sooner rather than later. But when I say sooner, I was hoping before May. But right now, the way I'm looking at things, I doubt it. I think it's going to be somewhere between now and next year. I don't know why exactly, but a lot of things that Trump is doing and the protests, among other things, I doubt he's going to last, and he's getting Republicans angry at him. If you focus on the House and in the Senate, the energy is very negative and gloomy about the Trump's policies, what he's trying to do to the country, all those people he's laying off. The representatives in the House and in the Senate, the number of calls that they are getting, according to report, and that's what I'm feeling. Okay, I'm seeing them, standing up like this, trying to cover, like, looking for cover. That's the way I am seeing people in the House and in the Senate. So they are getting fed up with him. That's what's going to create openings to remove Trump, among other things. That's my prediction. When I say among other things, I mean chances are for violence, protests, all kinds of stuff. And there is a protest this Saturday. Okay, it's a national protest. That's going to have a major impact. What Senator Cory Booker did yesterday, 24-hour, marathon, holding, disrupting the Senate process, all those things having an effect. And I don't have a way to gauge, but looking at social media, Cory Booker's action has had a major impact. Well, according to people who are aware of it and were watching, it's a positive thing, or even better than he thought it would come out, come off better than he expected. And I feel that's correct. It's going to have a major impact. What I feel this is going to have, that's basically why I feel it's a positive thing, what he did. It's raising people's level of consciousness. They already were not comfortable with the way Trump is treating our federal employees, trying to break everything in the government. But basically, the guy is destroying the government. These people, okay, he's got a job to do. And intuitively, I feel a whole slew of people are no longer viewing what Trump is doing in a passive way. They want to take action. And what Booker did last night or yesterday, 24 hours ago, I guess. No, not 24 hours ago, 12 hours ago. Is having an effect. It's motivating people to stand up. And also, I did not watch it, a lot because I'm busy getting ready for this and doing my regular job. So I couldn't watch it. But I watched clips of it, little bits of it. A lot of things that he mentioned, the plight of some people who have written to him and he read their messages, has had a major emotional impact on people who were not thinking how what Trump is doing could affect them. By the way, Senator McCain's daughter, I don't remember her name, I'm not a fan. she's complaining because Trump basically canceled the brain cancer research. And from what I understand, there's a laser that's very efficacious. I've heard of those lasers before, but I did not know because they have one at NYU that basically cooks the cancer tumor. It seems like they are either experimenting with it or it has proven to work on certain glioma, I believe they call it, certain brain cancers or brain cancer. I don't know. They didn't specify, but she's pretty angry about that. So all those things, intuitively, I feel, are having an effect. And don't let the facade fool you. Behind the scenes, Trump, that's the way he is. He's going to continue to do nasty things to other people, to hurt people, and and try to break our government because that's the way he is. That's until somebody stops him, and that's what's coming. Everything this week hasn't been a good week for him. The election that took place yesterday, the Cory Booker thing, the scandal that's still ongoing, although he wishes he could shut it down. I'm talking about Signalgate. Okay. More came out, and I told you that guy Waltz. I didn't even think of Waltz. I said there were more, they had more meetings using Signal than we knew. And yes, Russia and China are monitoring those things. Okay, but all those things, more of those information is coming out. More information is coming out of what Walls and others have done, and I feel we're going to continue to find out more. It's not only those guys. There is more happening in this White House than we know about. Trump could not care less about our information that's supposed to be secret. And I'm going to say this. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a way of sharing with Putin. Because Waltz cannot tell me he's that stupid. From what I understand, he's a former Green Beret or something to that effect. Okay. Unless they take dummies, they let dummies be Green Berets, but I don't know that a Green Beret, for a few I met as co-workers. Those guys were very smart people. Former Green Berets, they were out of the military a few years, and I happened to work with a couple of them. They were not dummies. So, Waltz, to me, his activity is using Signal, among others, and because they know Trump doesn't care. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it. If they knew Trump would fire them, and Trump is taking his time, he's hoping they would just leave. That's not going to happen. The treatment is too nice. So those people are going to hang on until they can't hang on anymore. Trump does something or something happens. But intuitively, my prediction is they're not using those things. Oh, we made a mistake. They know better. Don't let anybody fool you. They're not going to fool me. Okay? There are certain things, and, to prove my point, why would Trump take Secret Service document and put him in his bathroom at Mar-a-Lago? Okay? So, watch what happens. We will find out a lot more that took place behind the scenes. And people in the White House will talk if they're not talking already. That's my prediction. And 1 second. I want to answer some questions. Okay. Somebody asked me a question. I post those things, but I forget where I put them. I have to find a better way of putting questions people ask me. And my journal is not well organized because I just copy things in there and I can't find them because of the pressure being in here and I don't want to take time. Okay, I can't find what I'm looking for. Okay. The thing I wanted to talk more about is those immigrants from El Salvador. Don't be surprised if the Trump regime doesn't get sued, if they get sued. Okay. I don't know if it's those people's relatives or the victim themselves because of what's taking place behind the scenes that we're not aware of. Don't be surprised if they sue the Trump regime. And also the other person I feel, I was talking to someone else about that last evening, Elon. He's going to have a slew of lawsuits coming his way. Phoebe Figalili said, oh my God, okay.
Thank you, Milu, for validating my suspicion regarding the sharing of Putin. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one who feels that way, because I've been paying attention for since this thing came out. For anyone in the media to say anything about it, if any of you heard someone mention it, please let me know. I haven't heard anyone say a peep about this thing. Those people in the White House, they're stupid, but they're that stupid. Okay? They know. Garcia is saying, is Elon also stealing money? Yes. He's not stealing money in the sense that I see a quarter here and I take it. No. He's doing it like I mentioned it yesterday. He basically disregarded, and that's not a problem as well. His internet service is not secure enough for him to install it at FAA. Okay. He forced them to install it. Among other things he's doing. My friends, this fits right into the stuff that I have been talking about for the past few minutes. A whole slew of that stuff will come out. Okay? That's the way they earn money. And I said this before as well. Elon is going to give Trump, according to reports, $100 million. You think Elon is just giving Trump $100 million? No. He's probably making a few billions. More project for him and his company. And then he kicks back some for Trump. We know if you donate money to Trump, Trump is going to find a way to just feed it into his own pocket. He's been doing it. It's, in fact, if I'm not mistaken, I've read it somewhere. Okay, the donations. I mean, they did it with charities. People donated to their charities and they pocket the money. They got convicted in New York City for that. They are not supposed to have any charities or have anything to do with any charity in New York City. Yeah, or in New York, not only New York City, in New York State. So, yeah, Elon is stealing, Trump is stealing too. And I said that before. I didn't, I said Trump's hands will be caught in the cookie jar. Wait. And also, I mentioned this either the day before yesterday. I'm not quite sure exactly when I said it. They took over, because I was scrolling my journal. I saw it a few seconds ago. The Trump family took over World Liberty Financial as it raised hundreds of millions of dollars. All those things. It will come back to bite. Just hang on. Okay. I am looking for questions. I didn't realize what time it was. All right. Ron says Canadians are being warned about traveling to the United States. Some are even contacting their lawyers for advice. Well, yeah, I heard it's not only Canada. A lot of European countries are doing the same thing, telling their citizens not to travel here. In fact, Jojo Taro, I'll answer your question in a minute. They have ways of measuring how many people come into this country from Canada. And my God, I think they said something like it's over 60% less traffic from Canada to this country versus last year. So a lot of Canadians, forget it, it's not only Canadians, it's tourism, period. Any areas that depend on tourism, a YouTuber, in fact, I watch his videos once in a while because he does videos about Florida. He goes to the different
Florida cities because I don't have time to go visit those places. So I watch his videos every once in a while. He was saying towns that usually crowded with tourists, crowded with people during the winter, this past winter, nothing, dead. Jojo Tao is saying, but Milo, who does Trump listen to beside Ivanka? You know, I mean, Trump listens to a lot of people. He listens to Elon. Okay. That's why do you think, okay, let me put it this way, okay? Elon con Trump because Trump is not very bright. He's stupid. Elon convinced Trump that there is no other way to solve our deficit. Okay. The only way is to shrink the government, take control of everything. That's the dictatorship thing. Okay. And let the states fend for themselves. It's Elon who conned Trump into believing that. And Elon has said so. I've heard them say it before. He said America is going bankrupt. That's not true. Okay? But he convinced Trump and the dummy, he listens to him. Now he's beginning to realize, but Ivanka knew that was farcical. But he listened to Elon. I mean, that's his daughter. You know, a lot of us do that. Oh, Elon is a famous businessman. Look at, his empire. And Elon is a smooth talker, let me tell you. And like I've said, if you watch him, Trump and Ivanka knew he was, Elon was a snake. Trump just didn't listen until things started blowing back in his face. Okay. And that's why he's giving Elon hints. I think I said that either yesterday or the day before yesterday. It's time to go, but Elon is going to go in terms of, I did my job. I saved you trillions. Yeah. Okay. So it's time for me to go. But he listens to Elon, not that much anymore, because after last night, he's definitely not going to listen to Elon because Elon was rejected. And you can't afford too many of those losses, but there's nothing they can do right now. They can't stop it. People hate Elon. And now the heat shield is going to get away from Trump. And Trump is going to have to answer. So he listens to Elon. He listens to a couple of other people. Stephen Miller. Trump is a bigot himself and a racist. And we know about Stephen Miller. All these people, Trump listened to them. They are all, leading him in the one direction. Who do you think? Okay. Where do you think the Trump regime found the motivation to? I mean, can you imagine this is so disgusting. These people came here without paper, and it would cost us less. This is a TV show Trump is producing by putting these people in El Salvador. Okay, but can you imagine picking up people simply because they look Hispanic, and next they're going to be blacks? Who knows after that? White people, you're not. This, that, whatever criteria they decide, we're going to ship you to El Salvador too. No one is exempt. The only thing, is time. Because those dictators, when they start something, they don't stop. But Trump has people he listens to, believe it or not. It's not only Ivanka. Ivanka knows how to get to him. That's his daughter. She knows him. She will back off. She won't push it. And she knows when it's the right time to approach him. That's the only difference. Okay, sorry. It's time. All right, let me see. And Saturday is that major march. Thank you for reminding us, artist.
Let's see. Mary 060 says keep giving tax breaks to wealthy. They have more money to spend to the economy, and therefore economic boom will ensue that will generate more taxes for the government. I don't know about that, Mary 063. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what you're saying, but there are ways of generating taxes. I mean, that's too long. I can't get into that, but tomorrow I will talk about that. If I understand Mary's comment, we'll talk about it tomorrow. Thank you, everyone, for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilo.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. We can negotiate a time that's good for both of us to talk. If you like the channel, please subscribe, and also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. Thank you, chat managers. I appreciate it. I will see you all tomorrow, same time. Till then, bye.